How long have you been filming me? Oh, there's not a day that goes by in my life where women don't ask me that exact same question. Unseen is an MGM Plus and Blumhouse production. Boy, Blumhouse will just get their dirty, grubby little fingers in, around, and right through any concept that they can make a buck, but they certainly are a successful studio because they take something that has a small budget and just says, hey, let's produce it, let's have some fun, let's be Bloomhouse. I don't know how to goddamn pronounce it. But nevertheless, Unseen is directed by Yoko Okamura, who's done television, and apparently they are gender fluid. Be you, be awesome, keep being who you truly are. That's all I gotta say on that matter. If you have a problem with anybody that is gender fluid, non-binary, all that stuff, whatever, fuck off. Seriously, just let people be who they truly are. This was written by Salvatore Cardoni and Brian Rollins. They have a few credits to their name. Check out the IMDb pages of them, and this has Midori Francis, who plays Emily, who is a girl that is in a toxic relationship, shall we say, well, a young woman, who's an ER doctor, and her boyfriend, Charlie, Michael Patrick Lane, just sounds like a street on like some backwoodsy part of Minnesota for some reason. I don't know why. He is abusive, very abusive. We see this in one particular scene where Emily is being targeted and tied up and beat up and everything, but eventually she gets away from Charlie. But unfortunately, she needs glasses. She can't see without her glasses. Don't stand so close to bees. Wait, this isn't My Girl. Get him his glasses. He can't see without his glasses. That movie's a great comedy. This isn't My Girl. This is Unseen. Since her glasses are broken, she can't see. Obviously, as anybody that wears glasses would know. Well, I mean, she can see, but it's very hazy. It's very like, it's like all pixely and whatever and whatnot. And she must find a way to get a hold of somebody. Call 911. They can't track her exact location because it's not on. She was afraid that this guy was going to stalk her, so she turned off her location, so they have to talk to her carrier. They have to figure this out, but she doesn't have a lot of time. She's lost in the woods, and not even going to grandmother's house we go. Hey. So she suddenly gets a hold of Sam, who's played by Jolene Purdy. You got a part of... No, I'm not going to say that line right there. Jolene doesn't deserve that horrible line from Deliverance. Jolene is a gas station attendant who has her own issues that she's been going through. And she plays Sam, who made the pants too long, so that's why she's in this goddamn situation. That's right, anybody named Sam, that Barbra Streisand line is going to be used. For no other reason than the fact that I just had to make that running joke. Yeah, she works in a very, very rundown gas station somewhere in Florida. And by Christ, does it look like a Florida gas station. It just looks all scuzzy and weird and everything. Nothing against Florida, but I just heard not a lot of good things. Missy Pyle is also in this as Carol. And then there's a guy named Carl, played by Brett Baker. Carol and Carl. Do you get that reference? I love you guys. And it centers around just a few people. And after a misdialed number that I guess Sam was trying to call somebody before her particular shift started, she doesn't exactly have the best experience. The boss is an asshole, all this stuff's going on, the Slurpee machine's broken, and she's being treated like a lowly level individual, as many gas station attendants and employees usually are, treated like sometimes the scum of the earth. Worked at gas stations, trust me, I totally get it. Customer service can be a goddamn bitch sometimes. But that being said, Sam has her own issues, but because of this misdialed number, Emily just finds the number and calls. And it turns out it's this number that, it was Emily's number. So by just the, craziest of circus pants, they find a way to connect. And Sam is convinced that Emily's plight is very, very real. She must find a way to to video call her and be her eyes and ears and see for her and everything. It's a good thing there was no movie where anybody saw for anybody that happened with a similar premise like this, except See for Me. Oh, that's right. This concept that seemed awfully familiar. See for Me came out early last year, actually, now that I think about it. And that movie dealt with a home invasion and a babysitter that may or may not have actually been the best goddamn person in the world either. And this one involves really two people that have their own issues and have to come together right now to save Emily. And while Charlie is pursuing them. And okay, I think I've gotten far enough in the review to basically say that while the concept isn't necessarily the worst, it's bonkers and there's a good idea behind the particular casting. and the actors certainly try their best, it seems like everybody was held at gunpoint or their families were held hostage, and everybody basically had to make these scenes try to work while everybody was being threatened by being held over a vat of acid like we were in, oh, I don't know, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, or in The Batman, where Jack Nicholson fell in the vat of acid. In fact, I would have rather fallen into a vat of acid than continue to watch this. Again, there were good ideas here in the expedient pace of 76 minutes. Actually, more like 70. I think once the opening credits and the end credits actually were done, it's more like about 70 minutes, or maybe even 69. Nice. Yeah, it's not very good. I mean, the sizable leaps in logic aren't the worst things in the world. I mean, because you need that in a horror movie, especially something that purports to be a horror thriller with a concept like this. And yes, it's using technology, and the performers certainly try their best, but it's stupid. It's really bad, really moronic. I don't really care for any of the characters, and when you don't care for any of the characters, especially in a movie this goddamn short, everything gets more bonkers, more ridiculous. And everything is just so over the top, not even in a comical way, just in a way where it's like, we're just going to continue to throw bonkers shit at you. But this could be a situation that could really happen. Sure, I think every cashier wishes that they could be the type of person to help somebody out, at least the right goddamn person. We just want to do our goddamn jobs. And also, who wants to be in an abusive relationship? But honestly, the character of Charlie is so goddamn one note and dumb. Emily's backstory is explained very quickly. Sam's backstory is explained quickly. We get a few spoilers a little bit later on that I'll get to. Missy piles an over-the-top rude customer that's all rich and everything and leaves her credit card like a goddamn idiot. I'm not saying Missy Pyle, I'm just saying her character. And from there, we just get... None of it's good. It's not any good. It's just not good. It's available for a few bucks on Amazon if you want to buy it. Or if you are one of the few individuals that has an MGM Plus subscription. They used to be Epix, by the way, just in case you guys are wondering where MGM Plus came from. It actually used to be Epix. I had an Epix subscription for a while and watched all of maybe 3 movies on it, so I got rid of it after a few months. Yeah, it's not very good. It's bonkers and stupid. The conclusion actually ends up making me laugh more than anything, where it's like, hey, we're just going to have it go over here, and we're just going to make everything possibly okay, not okay, who knows? God, I know cashiering is tough, but this is just goddamn ridiculous. I'm going to get into spoilers, by the way. 3, 2, 1, spoilers. Okay. So after knocking Charlie out and beating him up with a base and everything and breaking some stuff over his eye and bashing him to pieces, Emily runs away. She's talking to Sam. Sam, it turns out, actually is back in this particular part of Florida because she was going to help her mom. Her mom was very sick. Her mom died. But then it turns out a little bit later, Sam confesses that she went out drinking and her mom died that night because she just had to get away because she couldn't keep just taking care of her. She had to get out and drink, and then her mother died. Her mother died alone, and she felt guilt over it, which I'm sure many people would feel when it comes to a particular family member, but never the goddamn less. It's hard to have sympathy for any of these characters where even though the actors certainly have the ability and they try to put the emotional inflection into these lines, there is no saving this bonkers story. There is no saving this incoherent, weaving of a narrative that really should have just gone a straight goddamn line. This is a short film concept stretched the fuck out to about 70 minutes, as I said originally. And at one point during this talk, Emily's saying, I never thought, getting murdered would be, so absurd. Yeah, well, this movie just got more and more absurd. What I did kind of like was one particular stupid scene where the Slurpee machine gets, is all acting up. And Sam has a very frayed cord, charger cord, and breaks off the port in the goddamn phone and has to try and dig it out and everything, and then ends up knifing her hand. And also, Emily's zip-tied, so she has to figure out a way to get out of being zip-tied. Now that the phone is basically only about 20%, the phone's eventually going to die. Oh, no. Maybe you shouldn't have been a goddamn idiot rattling your phone around like that. And then they get in... And then Charlie gets in his truck and decides to pursue Emily, is playing a particular video of when they were together and everything, and he was so happy, and he's so misogynistic and over the top and everything, and alpha male and all that bullshit. She ends up deciding to have the right idea after falling onto a beach near a river bend. Hey, let's go just around the river bend. Let's go to the truck, and Sam, be my eyes and ears, and I'm going to run him over in the truck, and then you can be my eyes and ears and tell me how to drive. Well, she manages to hit him with the truck and then runs right into a goddamn tree because, hold on, lady driver coming through. That's going to get me in trouble. She's going to stab him with a piece of mirror, but she takes the piece of mirror with her instead of stabbing him and ending this movie well before it got way too absurd, and I really hated it, even though I was hating it totally by this point. She then yells at Charlie when Charlie finally catches up with her. And meanwhile, that cashier, Carol, played by Missy Pyle, who left her card, Sam is desperate after making the pants too long, grabs the goddamn phone, her phone out of her, actually their phones kind of get tangled up. She takes the cover off, puts it on her phone, and takes her phone, too many pronouns, pal, takes Carol's phone and makes video calls and everything because apparently it's 100% charged somehow. And she locks herself in a little space area with bulletproof glass, or maybe not bulletproof glass, but shatterproof glass, at least initially, and is calling on the phone and trying to help Emily. Emily's all hurt and whatever, wants to give up, and she says, call my mom. Okay, I'll call my mom, because apparently Emily could have gone to Japan to visit her grandmother with her mother, but she didn't want to go with her. Again, too many pronouns, pal. Goddamn Vince McMahon line's going to bounce around in my head forever. And she feels guilty and everything. She's like, call my mother, tell her I love her. It's like, so they have this talk over the phone, and Emily's calling on, Emily is talking to her over this office phone that looks like it was from like 1975. They're talking for a bit, and then they're telling her, get up, yes, get up, get down with the sickness. You're fucking it up. Come on, get down with the sickness. So she does. They get to a barn, and then Sam sees some chemicals and says, let's get this stuff ready and everything. You can spray him with these chemicals. You can do all this stuff. It's going to work. Oh, wait, shit. These cops have been called because Carol and Carl shattered the goddamn door after the door is locked. Because why wouldn't somebody call their significant other with a goddamn gun? And instead of using the bullets, he decides to just break the glass through. And then the alarm goes off, and then the boss shows up. The boss looks like a redneck, less redneck version of Kid Rock, because this guy actually looks like he's progressive about how he thinks, unlike Kid Rock. And then he's like, Sam, please give the phone back. They're going to shoot me. They're going to do this. Fine, I'll go out and get something. They're doing more bonker shit of bashing windows and all this crap. While Emily eventually gets a text from Sam after her phone's muted, here, I'm going to ping you, and now, and then she sprays him with the chemicals, and then he's trying to choke her, and then she says, wait, I'm going to turn my volume back on, use the mirror in your pocket. Oh, shit, I forgot about the piece of broken glass, rocking on broken glass, stabs him, and he falls out of the hayloft. Very lofty expectations in this movie. And then Sam is like, great, he's here. The cops are there to see you. It took them about 40 years to find you, apparently. And then Sam gets arrested. And then sometime later, Sam apparently is fine. She is fine. I guess they didn't want to pursue charges. Maybe Carol and Carl got their own charges because they broke into a goddamn store. I'm not totally sure. And it turns out she had Emily's number written down so she could call her from that customer's phone. And it was on the back of a card of a national suicide line. I do once again want to say, like anytime a movie addresses that, if you feel like that you have no other way out, help is a call away. Help is a call away, just so you know. People are out there. People are out there to help you. There are good messages in this movie. Just ultimately, the message of this movie is, it's not very good. It's not very good at all. In fact, it might be one of the worst movies of the year because I hated every character in this. I hate the actors. I hated the characters because the characters just were very one-note and very stupid. Oh, and then sometime later, apparently everybody's fine. Emily's going to go with her mom. Emily's good. Sam is going to go back to college and is going to get help from Emily to write her cover letter or essay or whatever. I don't know. I don't care. God, this is stupid. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ricklin. I'll see you soon.